Can we just be?
But we talking about Til Death Do Us part.
Right. But in my head, that's what really happened.
Come on, Bryan, let's have fun together, the two of us.
She did business. You was thinking business relations.
The Lord must have said it again. He said, "You mean to tell me Cynthia's my wife?"
Yeah.
And she glanced at me, and there was like this magical, just sparkles
like this
that was
word.
just.
It defines a moment to where like every word is triggering.
But you always, I will have that conversation. You save M, okay?
You want to say the closest that?
No, I enjoyed it. It was awesome.
Interesting how communication stops.
So much change. You don't need to be like that. You need to get over it.
It's the product of consistency, so I can't really.
I mean, and this was his exact words.
Repeat that again.
We can do the dash show, we can slow down.
So job number 4.
Military, church, minister, music, part-time job, another part-time job.
And you still didn't tell her this was a lot.
Still hadn't told her it was a lot until it reached that.
That sounds like a pride thing, but okay.
Until that, you're right. Because I'm, okay, so on one hand, I'm trying to make sure my family
Absolutely.
I just thought he liked the word.
looks the part.
Yeah.
He said whatever that means.
But at some point it was like, okay, because I did go talk to mom.
You
So you said you packed everybody up and y'all was headed to Lakeland.
But I talked to mom before then. I was talking to mom. I was like, Cindy, and that's the one and only time I ever asked my mom any questions about, wives and mothers and children. And I was like, Cindy, was she buying these expensive shoes for this boy, and this girl got 2 Easter dresses, and this, that, and she, and then want to go. Mom said, that's a mother and her children.
That's right.
You ain't gonna win that one.
That's right. I was just about to go there. Your mama wise.
That's a mother and her children.
Yeah.
And she said, of course, it's a representation of you. So okay, once mom said that, it's like, okay, now I got him. So that pride thing. Now I really got to step up my game. So I did. So actually, on one hand, I didn't mind working 4 jobs.
I know you did.
To have my children in private school, shop, and but then I realized, that led to something else. Because here's the thing with pride, it will lead you down a path.
Yeah.
It will lead you down a path of destruction.
Yeah.
And so the church we were at the time, so we've got this image. Now we got this image going. They don't know I'm working 4 jobs.
Wow.
Got this image going. So then I go in 1985 with 2 young children and a new wife and get a Volvo.
He went and bought this
brand new Volvo.
Yeah. So this stuff is
So now you start to participate.
So he can spend money.
Look at his face. He said, now he participated.
Yeah. He liked my lifestyle that I was trying to get us.
Right. So
but I did it wrong.
But he went and bought the car.
He wasn't helping me.
He didn't tell you about that?
I'm trying to.
Didn't tell about that car.
Oh, so now, okay.
So we get He came
Okay.
and picked me up, took me to the dealership, showed me the
We
car.
went to we were at a wedding.
And
It's funny how it's not a problem
Wait,
for the
let's
man.
let him cook.
We were at a wedding.
Uh-huh.
We gone to the reception. While she's at reception, she don't realize that while we were riding into town to that wedding, I saw a car on the lot. I left her at the reception.
Whoa.
In one car.
Came back with the car.
Came back with that car.
And all my girl wanted to do was get her baby some shoes.
Yeah.
That's it.
Wait,
You went and bought a whole vehicle.
Wait. So there's already
It's a mess.
the schools,
I love it.
the
clothes.
clothes.
And he added.
But at this point,
And
like
he
you say,
added
there's an
babies.
image.
He added a car.
By
My
There's an
family
image.
needed a car.
There's
When I
an
tell
image.
you-
Things already straining.
Mhm.
But you go past a car on the way to reception.
On the way to a wedding.
Leave her.
Leave her at the reception.
I'm talking to everybody.
You don't even know
Go
he's on.
buy the car. Go buy the car during a wedding reception. Come back after the wedding reception in a new car.
But no,
Yeah,
but you took me by there though. We went back up there because I remember telling you, let's leave this car here. We don't need this car because we had already just bought the Honda, and so the Honda was new. That
It was
Volvo,
brand new.
Volvo was used.
Yeah,
So I'm like, don't get
But
rid
it
of
was a
my.
Volvo.
But it was that's what it is. That
Volvo.
V
It's a
got
Volvo.
it
now.
got him.
And the church I was minister music at, the pastor had his Benz, his family had their Benzes and BMWs.
That ain't had nothing to do with me.
And so that and it was
I hear you.
very
It was very prideful.
High profile
It was just
church
pride.
in Tampa.
Yeah.
And so the Sunday we showed up with that car, and this how I knew. Because pride will get verified.
Okay.
They said, oh, this kind of car our minister of music ought to be driving.
Uh-oh.
Oh, Lord.
So it was just a mess. It was a mess. It was coming together.
When it came
to
head,
it was a mess.
Ooh.
He was pressured.
So then you got a U-Haul. When did U-Haul show up?
Yes, he did.
So when did you send my girl? You missed that.
So the
you talked to your mama.
The U-Haul came because that was around 1985. The U-Haul came when.
You want me to tell this part?
Was that before the Volvo or after?
Would you like for me to tell this part?
Tell it.
It was during the Volvo. We took the Volvo, we took the truck, and we left the Volvo. You drove the truck, and I'm sitting in the truck with you bouncing all the way to Lakeland. Went past our neighbors. Where y'all going? Oh, I'm going to visit for a little while. Oh, okay. Went on in the truck, got to Lakeland, pulled up, and I hear click. My mama locked the screen. She said, what y'all doing here? I said, Mama, John don't want me no more, and I got to come back home. I got to eat babies. I got to stay somewhere, and I don't know what to do. She said, well, John, you married her. This is your responsibility. Mama didn't unlock that door yet. She said,
wait.
Your mama said, you can't come here.
You can't come back here, sweetheart. John, that's your wife. You need to find her apartment and put her up somewhere.
Don't do that no more.
And y'all make this work. Either make it work or you take care of her. One or the other.
Meanwhile, I'm sitting out there in the van with a cigarette.
He don't.
No, not smoking it, burning.
You talking about? I said, I ain't never seen you know a cigarette. What are you doing? I never smoked one till I met you.
I heard they calm your nerves. I don't know nicotine. I don't know, so I bought me a pack of Newport. Hey,
so y'all had to make it work because you couldn't go home.
I couldn't go home.
No.
So that big old...
Wait.
Bryan, this is good stuff right here.
Y'all can't keep going like this.
This is good
You
stuff.
packed up the whole family and drove them to
her mama house
without calling
to
make sure that they would invite her in.
No. He wanted to drop her off.
At my mama.
Whoa.
Oh, yeah.
That's what you meant.
Wait.
He said he tired of her. He taking her to her mama house.
Whoa. Wait, you wasn't planning on staying?
No.
Whoa, so you packed her up.
After he done bought the Volvo now.
Took the U-Haul, drove it to her mama house. Because your plan, unannounced, was to
drop me off.
Drop her
and
off.
Her kid. And the kids.
With her kids.
His kids.
With his kids. You
had
never smoked cigarettes before, but you heard
it was
he was just over it.
Stress, so you in the vehicle with the cigarette.
Burning cigarette.
You stand at your mama front door.
Mama
she won't unlock it.
No. She said, y'all got to work it out.
You got to work it out.
Mind you, babe, they already bought a Volvo. The Volvo was already bought.
The Volvo at the apartment for when he get back.
Wait, you was going back to the apartment?
Oh, yeah, he was dropping off.
This was, snap.
Oh, yeah, I was doing the drop off.
Yeah, he was dropping them off. That's the part that you missing.
He just wanted peace. And I have to tell wives, your husband wants peace. I don't know any species that just would leave everything for peace.
Wow.
And once I realized that, and I calmed him down because I had nowhere to live.
She said, because I had nowhere to live.
I said, John, I'm so sorry. I didn't realize the pressure. And I really do apologize. This is not working out.
Right.
I mean, and if we do what we're thinking we want to do, get another apartment, we're going to have to pay for that apartment and maintain over here. And we got enough bills.
Yeah.
And he wasn't going for that.
Okay.
So me and the children come back and he leaves. We stayed at Mike Deal, Air Force Base, every Sunday, every Saturday. He picked me up for rehearsal. We was directing every Sunday.
Good.
Everybody thought we lived together.
Oh my God.
But we were not living together.
I was staying at a hotel off the base.
Wow. And I called my mom and said, Mama, he doesn't live here. She said, really? She said, do you see him? I said, yeah, he comes every day to check on me. He said, girl, that man love you. He don't know, man. When a man through with you, he ain't coming to see you every day.
Right.
You was just trying to find peace.
He was trying to find peace, but he wasn't communicating with her.
That's the key. that's the key right there. Just
Because he loved her,
talking.
he wasn't
Mhm.
talking to her.
Mhm.
And
Wow.
I could handle straight talk. But
Mhm.
at that time, he just, well, I can now because I'm older, but
Mhm.
I don't know how I would have responded back then. But I knew that I was willing to talk to him about it. But then after I realized he wouldn't talk, I cried days, dropped some weight. And my
Mhm.
friend came from Lakeland. She said, "What's going on?" And I told her. She said, "I'll be back tomorrow." She came the next day because she had business on the base. I was still crying, looking like Celie. And then the next day,
From The Color Purple.
next day she came. She said, "I'm sick of this.
Okay.
You got to stop crying.
This
We
is
gotta
your
do something."
friend.
Mhm. You either gonna
To this day, friends to this day.
you're
Wow.
either gonna call his sergeant and let
Oh.
him know what's going on. You are gonna, because you gotta have to be able to take care of your children.
That's another
Wait a
chapter.
minute, she
And-
was gonna call his sergeant?
Yeah,
First-
she told me
first
that was
sergeant.
one of my options.
Yeah.
And I chose that option. I called his first sergeant.
And my
Whoa.
And I
First
told
sergeant
him what was
called me.
going on. I said, "Listen, I'm over here in this apartment." I told him where I live. I'm married to Sergeant John Ware, and we're not getting along, might be heading to a divorce. I just need to know what my options are because I have 2 small children. He said, "Your options are to stay in that apartment. Don't you leave. You will be taken care of. Long as you're on Mike Deal Air Force Base, you will be cared for." I said, "Okay, thank you."
Came home.
He came. He
Play
came
the
that
fool.
day. I hadn't been cooking. I mean, I was like depressed. I was just like
Yeah.
moping. He came. He smelled food cooking. I done cleaned the bird cage out and the
Uh-huh.
children dressed and
Wait, y'all got animals.
Yeah,
we
say
had
that
a
either.
bird. Deacon Jimmy.
So did the sergeant, when he hung up with her, he must have called you.
He called
He
him.
called me in his office. He sure did. And he talked to me and he told me, "Sergeant Ware," he said, "Understand something, son. You don't want to do this. You want to go home to your family. You want to take care of your family.
Wow.
You want to make sure they have everything they need, but you
Wow.
want to talk to your wife because it sounds like she loves you."
Wow.
I said, "Yes, sir." So I went home. Talk about Holy Spirit. I went home with the Holy Spirit working on me, not knowing that she had a phone call, Holy Spirit working on her. And so when we came together, it was like when you look at each other's eyes at that moment, I can only tell you that we knew. I think we
It was a
hugged.
better way.
We
Mhm.
hugged and we
It was
just,
after I told you it's
we knew
cheaper
there
to
was
keep her.
we knew there was a release. Yeah.
I told him, I
We-
said, "It's cheaper to keep
Mhm.
her because I'm coming for you." I'm not one of these women. I told him, I said, "I'm not one of these women say, no, it'll be all right." I said, "No. Every
Uh-huh.
day when you visit me, I watch you
Mhm.
drive off in the sunset with this beautiful car." I said,
Mhm.
"I'm coming. My children have to be cared for."
Mhm.
Wow.
And he was like, "Oh,
and I
okay."
told, and of course, when you start talking about breaking up or splitting up,
Yeah.
I told her, we at a time. Say, listen, those are my children, so you do realize that the children come with me. If we
I said, "This
split
is
up,
going to be a mess."
they come with me because those are my children. I made that set of children.
And I had
So-
never heard that before.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking in my mind, okay, I got to do this because I got the children. And he
Right.
came and told me, "Oh, no, the children are going to be with me." I was like, "Oh, we're going to have a mess.
Yeah.
We
'Cause
better
you
work
already
this
knew.
out because
Mhm.
I'm getting my children."
Wow.
Mhm.
And he was like, "I'm getting my children." So
Mhm.
we were like, and then after a while, it got so silly until we just fell out laughing.
Yeah,
Like, we started singing, "It's cheaper to keep her."
drastically fall in each other's arms. And,
Yeah,
and you
yeah.
get it
Wow.
together.
Yeah, because
So-
you can see what the enemy is trying. It's
Yeah.
going to
Right.
blow up real big.
Right.
And he looked at me and I looked at him like, "No, we don't want that. It's not worth
Mhm.
all of that."
Yeah.
So y'all never went to counseling. None of y'all worked this out.
No.
We
How
made
long
up
y'all
our
been
mind.
married?
43 years.
Wow.
And so how long has it been since that moment? Almost
Ooh,
30
that was
years,
that,
right?
Yeah.
that was back in the 80s.
Yeah.
That was back in the 80s.
And that was
probably
it.
Yeah.
Over near almost 40 years.
Wow.
And
'Cause
you
we
guys
could
started
see.
communicating.
We started communicating, and I started
Mhm.
understanding his patterns
Yeah.
and him communicating. But he also has a rhythm, and I learned his rhythm. And I did what I needed to do to make sure he was cared for.
Absolutely.
So I just took the focus off of me,
Right.
off of me,
Mhm.
and my focus was he and the children. And I said, "Lord, I know you've always taken good care of me.
Mhm.
With or without a man, I've
Mhm.
always been provided for."
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
once he assured me that I am fine, that he has me, I could put my attention on them. And we started back having fun.
We didn't argue. I don't say we.
Well,
We didn't. I would say we had disagreements,
Agreements,
but
right.
we didn't. The shouting stuff because I never raised.
He's
my,
not like
I-
that. Now, I'm a
not going there.
soprano. And there are possibilities I can hit a note.
Yeah, yeah.
But I really didn't have to do that with him. And I didn't know, I wasn't trying to do that. I just was trying to figure out how do you get your stance in this thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Once I realized that he was willing to give my stance to me, or I could fight for it, and I didn't feel like fighting. I just wanted to love.
Not your husband. Yeah.
And then once we got that together, we started laughing and talking about it. We were like, boy, that was a hot mess. Yeah.
You laughing at what you was mad at.
We started
so
laughing
incredible.
and talking, and we started realizing that there's something to this.
Yeah.
Wow.
I know we actually about to close out.
Okay.
But there were some things that you said. I know probably some things stuck out to Pastor Rashida. I would love to just hear. You said something that I don't think a lot of wives understand the extent. You said he just wanted peace.
That's it.
Like, how valuable is peace to a husband?
Oh, it's peace is serenity of the mind, where he can just clearly think outside of the box, the norm, and have somebody sitting with him.
You just said something too. You just said something
understand.
too. You said peace, but then you gave. I love when people give indicators of when you've arrived to peace.
Yeah.
You just gave an indicator.
Yeah.
That peace isn't just the serenity, but it's serenity that releases vision.
Yes.
Right.
To where you said he had time to think outside of the box.
He
Yeah,
did.
because when he come home from
Right.
work, he don't want nobody nagging
No.
So it
him.
ain't me just sitting still.
John didn't consider, like, my words were not nagging him. My actions were.
Wow.
I hear you.
And
It's a
he's an
difference.
action. You can tell John anything, but if those actions don't line
Because
up.
my gift of my what is it called? My love language is acts of service.
Okay.
So he's the type, you get in the trenches with me, I know you love me.
Gotcha.
So that was his love language. And I'm willing to do it. And so we had to realize that my trench right now are the children.
Yeah.
His trench was working. But then they got a little older and I went to work.
Gotcha.
So we had to figure that thing out. And in the coming together and trying to understand each other and to realize that he's a man of God. Because John has the consistency and the discipline of a man that's going somewhere.
That's right.
And I know he was going to be with somebody, so it might as well be me.
I know that's right. I know that's right. I know that's
And things
right.
and things
Calm
shifted
down.
within 5 years because it was at that same church that she became for the first time a choir director, my choir director.
Yeah.
Wow.
The
And-
director at the church was on the go all the time. And I saw him struggling. He over there doing like this and put his hand back on the
Directing,
keyboard
yeah.
and come on in. I'm like, John, you need help. I
Yeah.
said, I believe I can direct the choir. You think
Wow.
so? You ever directed one before? I said, no.
But I got this.
I said, I got this.
Yeah.
And so I started off and I got excited one Sunday, took my shoes off, was directing. One of the mothers of the church said, you do a beautiful job, but please keep your shoes on.
Oh.
I said, yes, ma'am. And I agree, because I remember once I took them off, I was like, that was too much.
Yeah.
So I ended up being with him all the time with music.
All the time.
And we went from that to singing, to traveling, to people calling us in different states.
But then also
that.
there was a season, so everything is going good, and I know we want to wrap it up, but I think this is so influential, like for people. Cindy got sick while you were singing. That changed the directory of your marriage as well.
in the now.
You're talking
present.
about 40-something years later.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Do we have time to talk about that and what happened and
Well,
how God just...
Yeah, he intervened.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
You can start.
Well, what led up to it was that Thursday, we had gone to Disney World, spent the whole day at Disney World. I mean, like open the park, close the park.
Oh, wow.
Then that Friday morning, Cindy was going to her niece's graduation.
In Gainesville,
Tallahassee.
Yeah.
So I knew she was kind of going into it tired because she didn't get a full night's sleep. So I really didn't want her to go, but she's all about family. So she went. So that Friday, stayed up late Friday night, got back on the road Saturday, came in. We had a Christmas program scheduled for that night, and so I was like, "You sure you want to go? We can do this. We can do this without you." She was like, "No, I want to go." And so she came on to the church, and there's so much in that decision to come on to the church, because that meant she was around people. Because if that same situation had happened and she had decided to stay home,
she would have been alone.
We wouldn't be having this podcast.
That's why I'm trying to get to,
we wouldn't be having this podcast.
Yeah.
If it were, we would be talking about a different subject.
Yeah.
You know? And so she then...
I went to the church.
In the program.
We're in the program, and I am singing with the group. Now, I taught the songs.
Yeah.
We're up there singing. I could not remember one lyric. So I just started clapping and rocking and smiling. And a friend of mine was looking like, why are you not saying the words? She kept looking at me, and I was trying to put her at peace, just smiling and clapping. And so when I couldn't figure the words out, I just left off stage. I said, let me go back in. So I went in the back and sat down. Like, ooh, I've been on the go. I'm tired. I said, okay, I'm calm down. Let me try this again. I go back out. The second song come on. I'm clapping. Can't remember one word. And I had on a red dress. I said, this red dress is getting ready to meet this burgundy carpet. You getting ready to faint. I said, no, I'm not. I'm in front of all these people. I am not. So I'm trying to figure out, should I really leave? Should I stay? Meanwhile, I'm trying to smile at my friend. Because by then, she like,
what is going on with you? Yeah.
And so at that point, when I was looking out and I looked up, this sharp pain came through my head. I just grabbed my head and ran off.
Okay.
And that's when he knew something was wrong.
She walked past me, so I looked at Pastor Mary and I said, go. Because I'm playing and singing.
Right, this is all happening.
This is real time. So Pastor Mary goes, and I hear Pastor Mary pray. The music is going, John on the drums. We got all this going on. And I hear her praying above the music. Wow. I said, okay, so I'm playing and singing. Okay, we got a situation.
Meanwhile, they trying to get me to sit down. I could not sit down. The pain was too bad.
Okay.
So I'm up, walking, and I see my daughter, and she looking at me. I said, come to the back. So she tried to get in. The door was locked on the side. So she just busted in and came in through.
Came by where I was sitting.
And it was just elevating. I'm like,
so
oh
by
my
then,
gosh.
So by then, the pastor and his wife, they get up, they go around.
Pastor Lily.
Pastor Lily, she gets up, she goes around. And then when I was able to end that song and Pastor Phil came up to do the offering, I went in the back. When I went in the back, it was, I hear people use the word surreal moment. It really was like a movie scene, like an out-of-body experience for me, because I'm sitting there. I see Cindy sitting in the chair. I see Tiara. I'm standing there. Tiara's holding the door open. She's talking to our daughter, talking to the ambulance or 911. I see the pastor. He's got his hands gently on her head, praying, and he's praying.
His wife, Pastor Carrie,
Pastor Carrie's behind her. Pastor Lily, she's over there. Her Pastor Mary, they're interceding. And I looked, and I didn't say a thing. I didn't say a thing until
I know.
Until I started sliding out the chair.
Until I saw her leaving. I saw her literally sliding out the chair. I stepped forward. I put my hand on her chest. And I said to her in my authority, Cindy Ware, this is your husband. You come back here. You get back here right now. I said, set her up. And they set her up. And when they set her up, she took this deep breath like a, and then she released it. I said, she'll live. And I turned around.
And went back to the keyboard.
Went back inside the church.
Jesus.
And finished the service like nothing had ever happened. I didn't go in there. I didn't say, because I would have been justified in saying,
service is over.
Thank y'all for coming. Service is over. No. And from that moment, when I turned around, said, she will live, and went back to the keyboard, I didn't see her. I didn't see her with my own eyes until 30 hours later after a craniotomy, after a brain surgery.
Wow. So you had an aneurysm.
I had an aneurysm, and they had to try to clamp it. They couldn't clamp it.
They tried to.
Because they realized that I had blood on my brain. So they had to open up my skull, deal with my brain, had brain surgery, and then
emergency.
It was, it was
wow. Yeah. And God had his hands in it, because the first procedure they tried was on one floor of the hospital. They couldn't because of the size and the shape of it. So that the entire staff that was needed for the brain surgery, for the craniotomy, was all in place. Every last one of them was in place. And so they just took her from that floor. I got John and T involved because they weren't at the hospital yet. And we called them, and the surgeon explained to them, the neurosurgeon explained to them what needed to be done. They said, Dad, do the surgery, because if not, we know what the situation is going to be.
So they agreed that I have this surgery.
Go up and have the surgery. And so she went up and did the surgery. And when she came out of surgery, From having her cute red outfit on at a Christmas program to seeing her with she had 2 IVs in each arm.
So I had lower IVs and upper IVs in both arms.
Right. She had the apparatus in her mouth to keep the mouth open to keep the breathing tube down. She had a shunt coming out of her head.
Yeah, they put a temporary shunt in my head.
Temporary shunt coming out of her head. And so from this to that. Mm-hmm. And 28 days later, she in the hospital. Here's something very important. She doesn't even recall it now. I know. I brought some communion cups and I administered communion to her every day. Wow. She don't even remember it. I called and support system. I called one of the sisters at the church. Mm-hmm. Said, or she called me, you need anything, Pastor Ware? I said, yeah, I'm almost out of communion cups. She said, I got you. So she brought me, she sent them downstairs when I got the communion cups. And every single day, I administered communion to her. Sure did. And after 28 days, she was well enough to come home. Wow. And
it shocked everybody. And my first visit to go back to the doctor, they were just like,
because you didn't know once you woke up what was going to happen.
No. They were like, hi, Mr. Ware, how you doing? How's your wife? Go ask her, she right there. And so I said, hi, how y'all doing? And they're like, wow. And one of them came on, he said, ma'am, it was touch and go in there.
It was scary for a moment.
Really?
Yeah. Because it was on the carotid artery, and that's one of the big arteries.
Yeah. And that changed your marriage, because I even noticed, I mean, I knew you guys before then, but to see you now, there's a lot of love there. Mm-hmm. I thought it was something that...
I appreciated him because he told them, no, you won't do this, but you can do that. So there were some procedures they wanted to do, and John was like, no, you're not going to do that.
I spent all 28 days in the hospital with her.
And so he learned the machines. And so he said, this machine is clearing up. So I don't think we need to do that. Let's just let her rest, because she had a busy weekend. So it's so much to that, but God is faithful. He brought us through that. And now we just celebrate every moment and enjoy each other and enjoy our children and grands.
Somebody put this out there regarding our favorite team, right? Our favorite NFL team, that they need to focus on winning and not so much as on losing. We focus on life, not the opposite of life.
Yeah, because I didn't know how close I was. Yeah.
She was right.
But it makes everything so minor.
It does.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah. And I just love the fact that he took charge of that. Yeah. You're not just going to you're not going to experiment. Let's look at what's going on.
That's right.
And so they started coming in asking him questions. And then, he had to deal with all of that, get me home. And it was just a lot. I got gifts and people trying to help. I got a bed security system, so if I fall out the bed, he would know. Just different things started coming.
And you did. And when we got home that day, that Sunday when we got home, all the way from Tampa to Lakeland, I had no idea that she did not know who I was.
I did. My memory left me. So when we got home.
Pastor Cynthia, you never told us that.
Yes, I lost my memory. On the way home, I just totally forgot who he was. So when we got to the house, I said, well, thank you for giving me a ride. He said, you're welcome. And he got out the car and went in my house. I'm like, I don't know who this is.
Wow, I never knew that.
So he came and grabbed me. He said, I'm your husband. I said, no, I'm married to John Ware.
Well, you went to the bedroom and I followed it in the bedroom.
Yeah, and that's when I really is it a vase or something I get and hit him? Because I was getting ready to knock him out.
But you knew you were married to him. You just didn't know who he was.
I knew I was married to John Ware.
She said, I'm married to John
And I'm
Ware.
talking to him. But when I looked in the mirror, I realized my memory had me stuck as an 18-year-old.
Wow.
So I didn't recognize him. And then when I looked in the mirror,
who would let me marry you?
Yeah, I told him that. I said,
I'm married to John Ware.
I'm married to John Ware. My mom wouldn't let me marry you because in my mind, you're an older man.
Oh my goodness.
So my mind had taken me back. So he took me to the mirror, explained everything to me. He said, see, your age, I aged too.
This is the age we are now.
This is the age we are now. Yeah. And it clicked. I said, oh.
Just like that.
Wow.
Yes, that's incredible.
Yeah. And he helped me through all those stages.
And you got your memory back.
I got my memory back slowly, and they told me it would take a minute. They told him not to move anything from the house when I left. Yeah. And I was getting ready for Christmas. So when I got back home at the end of December, there was a Christmas tree. I'm like, well, when is Christmas? Christmas? No, it's already
Babe,
been.
Christmas already passed. New Year's already passed.
Yeah, and they told them to keep everything like it was. So we did what they said. I took my time. I didn't rush to do anything. I stayed home for a while.
Yeah.
And I remember coming to Revealing Truth because I wanted to hear the young ladies speaking. And I remember the lights were just too much for me. And it was the sound. And then the ladies were glad to see me. Ladies was talking. And I felt like this. And one of the ladies on the front row, one of the pastors, she turned back at me. She said, "You, come here." And she sat me by her. I said, "Thank you so much."
Wow.
And I made it through that It was so good. But there were times when I was a little woozy and I'm trying to get back in the hang of things.
Yeah.
And I just thank God it was two ladies. They put me right in the middle of them. They say, "You just sit here."
Yeah.
And it helped me through that. So
Yeah.
God is good.
Man, that's a beautiful testimony because it changes things.
It
And now
does.
you're married. You're saying we just having fun
We're
now,
having fun.
enjoying life.
We enjoy each other. We've
That's
always
awesome.
enjoyed each other. We just didn't understand each other. But when you put the two together, then you can move forward.
And we know what God promised us.
Yeah.
That's right.
You know, because I was asked, how did you leave your wife back there and go back in church? Like, how did that happen? I said, it's a promise. When you got a promise from God,
you can bank on it.
you let God be God.
Wow.
And
You
just
let
to see the
God be
people
God.
come in the house to visit. Some came in, just grabbed me and cried. Some came in and just started shouting.
Yeah.
Everybody had a different response. And it was just so interesting seeing the saints come in the house. And I'm looking at them, hey. And they're like, oh my gosh, I didn't know what I was going to see when I walked in.
Yeah.
Wow.
So people had just been, and that's one thing I can say. I literally got so many cards and things, and
People just love you. You
I
realize
was
that.
overwhelmed.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'm like, how do you thank these people? What do you? And my daughter said, "Mama, it's not for you to do anything.
Yeah.
Right.
It's a thank you for the life that you've lived."
Yeah.
I said, "Well, go ahead and praise
Mhm.
Him.
That's awesome.
That's
Beautiful.
God is
Yeah.
faithful.
And here we are.
Here we are."
Well, it seems that we on our way to a part 2.
Yeah.
There's so much more, but we
There's a
thank
whole
you
lot.
guys for this time. and
Thank you all.
we just pray that it was a blessing to
Thank you.
everyone.
Yeah.
And we
Yes.
can't wait to see you guys again. And it's always right till death do us part.
That's right. Till death do us
death do
part.
us part.
Yeah.
No matter the quest, I'm with you to the end. Through the tears and smiles, rain, sunshine, the clouds. Ooh, can we just thank God for the middle? Cause only death can part, but thank God for now.
Baby, let's have a scene it now. We can do the dash show, we can slow down. I think we found our rhythm now. Only death could part us, but thank God for now. All is fair in love and we're okay, I know that's true. Some may pray on us, but we just pray through. Baby, let's take the scene. We can do the dash show, we can slow down. What if we laughed at the things the enemy tried to kill us with? Refuse to hold a grudge even for a little bit.